Right, well, hello everybody, boys and girls. Children's Apex Online Racing proudly presents round 2 here at Ruapuna. Welcome to Down Under, welcome to New Zealand. It's the home of the only circuit down here in the good old south of the world. Ruapuna hosts round 2 in a place that is going to be exciting. The forecast is looking dim and gloomy for the rest of today's event, with just under 10 minutes to go in qualifying. It's going to be exciting here. Join him in the commentary box is Soup and my good old cameraman Petro.
Hello everyone, Soup is back, Soup has returned, that's good to know. Hello everyone, I'm Vector, I'm doing the cameras today. Hoping for another epic race today. Last time out we've seen an absolutely amazing battle. Will we see one today as well?
Indeed, well,
it's going to be
what's your opinion, Soup? It's going to be a long old race, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's Ruapuna. It's 44 laps, I think, maybe 43 taking away the formation lap. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a long one. I think this hosted 1 or 2 World Endurance events, and it's synonymous with these cars. So these cars are well built for this. And again, going back to that wonderful battle we saw last time out with Ollie D and Maddie D going at it. Let's hope that we can have those two going at it again, once again after Matt's. Oh dear! And that's 3 cars off at the first corner.
That is what happened there. Was that Ethan involved in that? It definitely looked like it. So whatever happened, didn't really catch look that there. It was very weird off.
I think
yeah,
that
was one behind that. They all went off at the same time. Maybe they just all missed their braking points. Maybe different weather settings to what they've used to practice. Maybe the whole braking zone has switched, or the grip is not as much as they anticipated, or just pushing too much at the first corner.
Indeed, very weird. Look in the comments, and hello everyone jumping in the comments. Skull's Game's frozen, that's where he is, by the way. He's had a little bit of an issue there, hopefully we can get in. Brandon in the chat below, not sure what's worse, Liz track or Germany's performance today. Ooh. Let's not go into that one. Ooh. Well, that one is interesting after. Oh dear, I think we've got a bit of lag going on as well there in the background. Someone popping out of existence. Beam me up, Scotty. And you're looking at the Mercedes there with Marty coming. Think got any new faces here? I think we may have, because I know they did an evaluation yesterday, and I think some new guys may be here.
He is new, I think.
Yes.
Tony is new.
Yeah, Tony's new.
Yes. Welcome to Elite then. Haven't really caught up with it too much on the old forum.
Yeah. And let's hope Marty can keep his wheels on the track this time, because last time he ended up on his roof.
Yes. Hopefully it doesn't end up like that, of course. And if you do have any comments, do put them down below. Well, as per usual, CJ currently up front there. He's always good then. He's going to try and take 2 out of 2, driving that beautiful Lamborghini then. Nice lime green car, and his teammate, where is he?
It should be in the form of Big Parenta.
Yeah, Big Parenta. There he is down in 11th. There he is, exactly on cue. Different liveries, are they not there?
I'm not sure whose teammates were who, but
I'm pretty certain they are teammates. They're driving both different liveries, and good to see Skuld back in the session then. 5 minutes to go, so that's really going to put some pressure on Skuld and Ethan. Going to be running very late then, very last minute as well, with just under 5 minutes to go. A lot of Porsches there, 2 temps up front though. And also, just going to give this though, congratulations to Matt, by the way, who, if you don't know, did a 24-hour kart event. I think he did rather well.
They did do well. I think, Matt, they qualified 2nd, and they finished in 8th overall, if I remember correctly, so he's done very well. So congratulations to him. Let's see if he can be fighting his brother once again.
Yes, or see if he goes sideways over the curb. Bit of lag there, that's people joining, if you're wondering what's happening there. Yeah, that might be Skuld rejoining. Yes, it is, driving the good old Porsche. Comes out just behind, presuming that's CJ.
That is, no, that's not CJ. That is Big Parenta's teammate, actually, but I'm not quite sure who that is out of the back of my head.
Indeed, that's interesting then. Well, up front, Tony's gone 2nd, or Tony, however you wish to pronounce it, 2nd place there, just a 10th off the pole time, just under, well, just over a tenth, and a bed stand of 2 tenths as well. So it's going to be exciting here.
Yeah, but then again, the qualifying was close for a long time last time out in Sonoma. But then again, CJ took pole by 6 tenths after his attempt. But as we look at Tony now, he's a tenth and a bit up.
You're 10th and a bit. This could be interesting. Can he do this corner here? I've witnessed this so many times. I've had a few horrible accidents here. Really easy to run off wide. It's a cambered corner, and then my favourite part of this circuit, if you have an accident here, you're going flying. Just down the left, yes, there's a very large jump. That car's going very sideways. Yeah, slightly down a little while there, so we lost about a tenth and a bit there in the middle sector. Big Pirenta, by the way.
Oh, Cryptic.
Up to second, and Cryptic blast it up to P1 by 2 tenths. Well, have that, CJ. You're going to have to work for it now. Now we know these two are going to be fighting this season. It's very likely. They're very close. They're going to see how close these guys can get, though. Here comes Tony across the line. Does he improve? Slight improvement, up by a tenth. 2.88. Well, exactly 0.288 off the pole time there. CJ sliding through turn 1 and 2. This corner's going to be interesting. Once out Phyllis in the race, with the weather going to be extremely cautious here. That's going to be really difficult into that little kink, especially the hairpin. Now, I was talking to a few drivers earlier on, and the puddle, a very large puddle, can form down at turn 2. So expect aquaplaning and hydroplaning as well, whichever way you want to call it. I believe there's different kinds of aquaplaning and hydroplaning. Not exactly too certain. I've always heard them in 2 different meanings, but whichever way. Someone probably in the chat will let me know if there's a difference between them.
2 drivers who have not set a lap time yet, and 2 teammates, Stoll and Thomas Even, they've not been able to set a lap time yet.
That's surprising. Ethan's struggling. The car's outside of his. Luckily, he doesn't get an invalid lap here, but these guys, they said they were doing well. They're doing 1:18.2s, I think they were telling me, so they would be up in about 4th and 5th area if they can do it. Through the last corner he comes. Can Ethan? It's not looked like the best of lap, but I'll be surprised with these cars. Is he going to go quicker? He's going to get his car off 50. Goes 30. Had a H Racing Green, but H Racing Green hasn't really set a lap yet.
Yeah, I think it doesn't look like Skull's on himself up to 1.
Yeah, Ethan's leaving it a bit late here. He's in the pits.
He's not going to have enough fuel.
Yeah, he's not. Well, he's going to have to come.
He's run out of fuel.
Ethan's going to have to come out again. Joshua Luke across the line. He's covering 9th. It's a big improvement for him. Only stays 9th, unfortunately. Cannot improve that one. Infinity only 8th.
Also really unlucky last race. Had contact with Martin, I think. Martin flipped over, of course, at the last corner. Infinity also out of the race really early. Can he improve for this race? I do hope so.
Well, he's definitely got a
noticed as well. Sorry to cut across you there, but EPR, one of the EPR guys has just popped into 5th.
Indeed.
On 1:18.2.
Now,
where's Martin? I think in front of that.
Ollie D, Velocity Ollie D as we officially shall call him. Only 6th currently here as EPR getting a little bit held up by some of the other cars going off the road there, and that is Marty. Now that's going to be a bit awkward there. I don't think the car behind's on a lap. Now I think everyone apart from Tony here will set a lap time because Tony's in the pit. They won't be able to get out and set another lap time, of course. Everyone running very close. That is might be Scold or Ethan running wide there. It was Scold. Down to that tricky corner. I've told it before. This area is, and this is not a good place to be. Look how many cars are bunched up here. This is going to... Yeah, Scold's backing off. This is going to be awkward.
Yeah. Oh. What's going on here? This is a bit weird.
Yes, I think a few drivers backing off into each other here. That's not ideal. Luckily, the ghosting system being good there. He's coming to pit lane's bailed out of that one.
He's not going to make it to the line.
And he's not. He's not going to do it. That is last position. Well, my goodness me, that is a shock. Ethan didn't improve, so Ethan and Scold only 13th and 15th. What a shocker that is then. And CJ, I think, giving up.
Oh dear.
With that one, he's
Cryptic on pole.
Yeah, Cryptic does it, though we say low. Can anyone else improve? Big Parenta's on a lap time, EPR's on a lap time. Can we see this one? Only 7,000 down. Jam, can he do anything? Yeah. EPR just coming through this middle sector here. Tricky section. Easy to lock that car. What's on the curb on the inside? It settles your car really well. Especially there as well. You can go sideways there and here as well. We saw it with a few drivers running extremely wide here. You can line your car up brilliantly here. Now remember, some of these drivers will be setting their cars up for the dry conditions. but some will be setting them up solely for the wet weather coming on potentially in the race. I don't know how heavy it's going to be, but what we're looking for is going to be a soggy afternoon for some of these drivers. EPR up by just over a tenth, and hello to everyone. Hello to Casper in the chat as well. EPR up by a tenth. Big Parent across the line. Can he get his car on the front row? Let's see, across the line. Can he do anything? No. EPR, can you get that car? Yes!
Yes!
Third.
That is very close.
18 thousandths there. H Racing Green's not going to do a lap, so he's going to start 14th. Big Parenta and EPR, I'll just finish their laps then. So, Cryptic is going to get pole position here. Well, that is a surprise from CJ. Not dominating qualifying here like we're so often seeing. We're only in round 2, however. EPR in third. Let's get the official order right now. So, on pole position then, lining up on that front row is Cryptic around Ruapuna, which on my screen is in the UK. CJ in second, EPR in third. Tony in fourth. Big P Renter only could do fifth there, ahead of Ollie Delo. Another question is Matt further down the field. Goonie in 7th, Infinity in 8th, and Joshua Luke 9th. And rounding out that top 10 will be jammed. Good lap load for Joshua Luke, getting that car in the top 10 as well as his teammate Infinity.
Yeah, they did a lot better this time.
Also really interesting, the only four Lamborghinis in the top 5. So all the Lamborghinis are basically at the front of the field.
Yeah, so now you can just see, look at the weather here. It is actually seriously chucking down. I believe this it should be just normal rain. So some of these drivers, watch out for them. It's going to be interesting. Wet weather, puddles haven't formed yet, but they soon will in this race. Watch out for aquaplaning later on, depending on how the tyres last. And watch out for people like Scold and Ethan down the back. They could be setting their cars up for a pure wet weather. That's why the qualifying might be lower than expected. But CJ P2, Big Parenta and P5, there's a battle we want to watch out for though. Can Big Parenta go up the field and watch out for Ollie though? We've seen these two class before. And of course, watch out for Matt as well, down in 12th. Disappointing for Matt, all the way down in 12th. For 24-hour race, did really well. Only lowers himself up in P12.
Yeah, indeed, but he's definitely going to be one surging through the field. He's alongside Marty there, who let's hope he can finish one lap on his wheels rather than last time.
Yeah, it's not cursing.
It doesn't look as wet on the screen there, interestingly enough, but then you look at the floor and it's just like pure
a sheet of
ice.
Yeah, sheet of ice. But that is one of the interesting things though. The outboard camera doesn't show just how wet this track actually is until we go on board. So if you go on board as CJ here, you can just see actually how bad of a line it will be. You can see that. And we're getting to the start though. This will be the formation lap, remember. As you know, we do have a formation lap, so this is going to be exciting though. The 5 lights to the formation lap. Remember, the drivers will get ready to go in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and away we will go now. Here they go, and Cryptic leads the field away on the formation lap.
Indeed, Cryptic alongside CJ. He's going to have to fight hard coming into turn 1, because sometimes the outside line can be a more prep through turn 1, and of course they've got the grip is not going to be there. There's not going to be a wet line defined on the track just yet. After a few laps it will, but it's going to be really difficult to try and acclimatise to these conditions. Now a few of these guys would have done a lot of wet practice, but a few of these guys may have just gone for pure quality setups and not really bothered setting up their car for the wet. Now maybe all these guys down the back like Skull, Ethan, H Racing Green and Matty D, I have a feeling they're all Porsches, by the way, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
They've all set their cars up, I think, for the wet conditions, so they're going to be the guys to watch out for, I think.
Also interesting, Ethan has lots of good positions, and he's staying in position, so has they got a penalty maybe? So they have to start last?
I don't know, something's happened. I'm not exactly too certain there, but Ethan dropping down from quali. He started up just behind Matt. He was in third teams. He's down all the way at the back. So something's going on there. Meanwhile, Cryptic will lead them away and round course. The final sector. Watch out for the puddles. It's only going to get wetter in this race. It should stay just as normal rain, not heavier, but the puddles will form very quickly around here. There's not a lot of drainage. There's not a lot of undulation. You'd be surprised, and a lot of camber as well. This could be interesting.
Indeed it can be. So 2 Lamborghinis And another Lamborghini on the second row, but a great qualifying from Tony in his first outing in Elite. You can see him in the blue and yellow Mercedes. So they're rounding the final corner now, and I think we're going to be in for a really interesting start. Round the final corner, they come 2 by 2, and let's see how this one is going to go. Started orders, they are awaiting the starters' orders. The green flag is being prepped. Who's going to come out on top? Slow as they get to the start line. Let's wait for it. And away they go, green flag in Ruapuna. It's a good start from Cryptic, and it's a good start from the second row. Great start from Ollie D. Look at him on the outside there, he's already up to 4th. As we go through turn 1, EPR has a good start as well, but Ollie D has gone straight, almost held it together. They're taking it really easy through turn 1, side by side with Tony as they run through turn 1. They all seem to get away damage-free, unlike last time, and I think they've all got through turn 1 relatively unscathed.
Yeah, into turn 2, that's the trouble zone. Are we going to see any issues here? I think they've all got through turn 2, okay. Ethan, by the way, and Scold going through the field. Scold already up to 11, so good start from the back of the grid for him. Storming start. Up front, though, it is Cryptic and CJ leading the way as everyone bunches up down here into the middle sector. Are we going to see any bunching up and pile-ups down here? We've seen it before. I think they're all going to get through here, but Cryptic pulling away there slow. I say that. CJ's keeping with them, 2 tenths to gap, and those two are a little bit pulling away from the other Lamborghini. So Lambo 1, 2 and 3 then. Something I fear could happen here. One car might do really well and others might not. Lamborghini, good start from them though. Though I say that one's almost over, and I think we're going to have, for once, all the cars get through that one unscathed, just about. And just look at those top 3 pulling away.
CJ's looking.
Yeah, CJ piling on the pressure here. That one done. Or lap 2, so we say, technically. So on to lap 3 already in this race. And already, Cryptic leads from CJ, EPR, Ollie, then Tony all the way down in 5th. Big Pirenta up in 6th. Then behind them, we've got the likes of Infinity, Joshua, Jam, Skull, Matt, Ethan, H-Racing Green and Marty all the way down the back as well. Everyone, though, keeping it surprisingly clean here on that 1 and 2. Oh, I say that. A little bit bunching up there. That's Ethan there, the Porsches. Shockingly, not doing as well as I thought. They seem to be really struggling in these conditions. And here is CJ having a look down the inside, and he's done it. Down the inside, on that 2, he's taken the lead. Yes, he has. Cryptic, critical mistake there, and EPR will be piling on the presser. What a move there, and he is. He's going around the outside.
And he's done it.
That's
a great move. But that's just a small mistake from Cryptic there. Went a bit wide into the hairpin, ran wide on the way out and got capitalised on, and now he's under pressure from Ollie D.
Indeed, that was I don't know exactly what happened. He might have the tyres might be not warm enough. They might have not hit their optimal temperature, but he's suddenly struggling. Dropped 2 positions there in the space of just under 2 or 3 corners, and now Ollie D piling on the pressure. We know how good he is going to will-to-will racing. Tony keeping in P5 low. He's under pressure from Big Pirenta further down the field low. A lot of battling going on here. It's a line of Stern there. Manny D, his teammate, having a look there. And Ethan down the inside. After car nearly gets cut off there from H-Racing Green. Now, we've seen these guys have battles before. Gets right up his chuff. That is what I call a very, very close drive. Now, turn 1. It's going to be difficult. Slipstream. Are we going to see a dive down the inside here? It's going to be risky into turn 1. I wouldn't try it, to be honest. It's difficult. The corner really, really does not help the inside driver. And that's Infinity. Yes, it is. Oh, it's just for Luke. Marty off as well. Marty's spinning. That corner is difficult. Really difficult. You've seen it, especially the bias. I mean, the Mercedes and Porsche especially really difficult. Their brakes may be cold. It is raining. H-Racing Green, though, just about defended from Ethan there.
Yep, he's got all sorts of pressure from behind, and of course it was the other way around in the Indy 500. H-Racing Green was trying to pass Ethan.
Yeah. So, one way to another. CJ, though, leads the pack just ahead with him, EPR, who's doing really good. EPR keeping pressure on, and then further down we got the 2 yellow cars, not teammates. It is Cryptic and Ollie, and of course the Lambo and the Porsche respectively.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this race, of course, but Cryptic has just suddenly dropped back.
He's dropping time. He's also dropping time to Ollie.
Yeah, and I think there's some of these guys are actually trying to cool their tyres off quite early on. You can see them moving over into the places where the surface water is more dense to try and get some cooling across the tyres as the wet line starts to form. That was Tony who was doing that down the straight. Big Pirenta hasn't had the best start. He's down in 6th, so he lost out on that start.
He really has. I mean, I'm surprising where the other Lamborghinis are, but unfortunately, hasn't been able to do much yet. They might just be the dirty, yeah, these top three. We've seen how they are kind of pulling well. The top two really are, to be honest. They're all just separated by a second now. There is Jam, having a bit of a battle there with Matty D. Matty D, not the best start for him either. He's up a few positions. He's in 11. He started down in P13, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a problem. Sorry to cut across you. Ethan's dropped to the back. That's why I noticed.
What's happened there? Is he spun or something? That must have done. Has he hit anything? Looks like he's got damage. Look, front left. And
also a problem.
Yeah, he's down in 12th.
Something has gone horribly wrong here. That looked like there was contact very earlier on there with someone. I think he may have spun on the curb. It's really difficult in these conditions. There's Matt having a battle, by the way, what looks like with Jam. Yes, it is. He's trying by the outside. Be brave there, Sunshine. He might get clipped. We're behind. Watch out for the car behind, though, trying down the inside of H Racing Green. Can't do a lot about that, There's a few incidents, a few dramas, but overall, top two closing up. Very much closing up.
Yes, I think the biggest winner out of all of that might be Scold. He's up in 8th already. After all that carnage.
Up from 15, so he's come through the field very well. Matt trying down the inside into the last corner. Can't do a lot there. Really trying at every opportunity here. Matt looking a little bit big Perena, so he has got damage then. I wondered if that spin looked like was contact from when we joined the camera. So maybe he has unfortunately made contact with another car, and that is a real shame for him. Matty D trying down the inside there.
We got battle. EPR's taking the lead. APR's taking the lead.
EPR then up front takes the lead here in Ruapuna, New Zealand, having a battle here. Well, you've seen it before in different times of racing, that this track, especially in real life, can bring up some surprises. It's doing so here. CJ Lowe, he's not one to sit back.
Yeah, he's off completely.
Now, where's that gone off? That's turn one. So
turn one.
Something has gone horribly wrong there if he's gone off on turn one. What has happened there? Has he got an issue with his steering wheel?
I think it might have been probably a wheel disconnection or something, but I think maybe CJ made a slight mistake, and that's allowed EPR to get a little gap, but he's still got this Lamborghini all over him.
Indeed, well, huge drama down the back for Ethan. Hopefully he can get that whatever issue he's got fixed. I'm not exactly too certain what's happened, but let's hope wherever it is he can mend it there. I think he's pulled the car on a little bit, actually. Yeah, he's got down to the exit of turn 2, so something's gone horribly wrong there. Let's go back up front, though. CJ versus EPR. Cryptic is further down, still battling with Volley, by the way.
Yeah, and Scold on the back of, I think that's the Goonie.
Yeah, it is Goonie. Yeah. Ahead of Jam. And hopefully we can hear Ethan later on what's actually happened to him. Goonie struggling there. Almost going off the road.
That's Tony, I think. Tony's lost it.
Yeah, it is. I think you're correct there.
He's dropped from 5th now. So there's a puddle. The puddle is over. They're obviously hitting the puddles.
Indeed. Like I said, the puddle there and the puddle there as he goes well off the road.
Tony again.
Yep. Might be struggling. Those tyres look like they're having a bad day. Meanwhile, Skull still piling on the pressure here. As Matty trying to overtake some jam. He's in a traffic jam, so we call it. And he's got a few cars behind and a few cars ahead.
I did like that pun. 10 out of 10.
Well, up front, EPR still leading. Just about, though, from CJ. That gap closes up. CJ looks like he's got under brakes, but through the corners, looks like EPR's got the run.
Yeah, I think he does. And the battle behind's kind of spread out after all of that. And Infinity's looks like he's having a better time today. He's up in 5th.
Yes, and not having contact down there in the last corner and having a car flip over on him. Meanwhile, talking about that car who flipped over, by the way, last race, Marty, he's down in 13th.
Skull looking.
Yeah, it's looking down the inside. Won't be able to do it there. It's so difficult, this circuit. There's not many lines to do it. I mean, you can try at turn 1. You want to have the outside. You want to force Goonie to go really shallow on the inside, but I think he's doing better. They're Tony in the pit lane then, so I think he might have damage on that car as well.
By the way, I've acquired some intel on what happened with Ethan. In the chat, he is saying, my wheelbase has lost all power.
Ah, so it is a wheel issue.
Steering wheel issue.
No power. No power.
that good old reference there.
He's a yoke.
Indeed, well, Scold pulling a pressure. Look at that puddle there. That's the puddle we're talking about there. Just as you see there, guys, as they go over it. That might cause some serious issues there. Scold, I think, made slight contact.
There's been an issue up front again because CJ's back in the lead.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Good eye from that. So EPR made another mistake. CJ in the lead again.
Yeah, he's
1
really
second,
struggling
so,
all of a sudden.
Big mistake.
Yeah,
it's
just check, we'll have to check the lap time, see how much he lost. But I mean, it's a huge loss there. As Cryptic's now right on the back of him, that's a big loss.
Cryptic's gained massively in all of this, to be honest. Look how much Cryptic's actually closed up. He's closed up about just under a second, actually. Look at Ollie, he's dropping back. So Cryptic, looks like his tyres are coming back through then. This is going to get spicy.
Yep, definitely. So, all the guys who've come from the back are now all in the top 10, interestingly enough.
Indeed, Scold still cannot pass Goonie, and meanwhile Matt still can't pass that traffic jam ahead of him of Jam.
Yeah,
here we
EPR
go.
lost a full second that lap.
Here we go, Scold's having a look down the inside. Try go around the outside, mate. That will work better for you if you can do it. Outside line's going to be better. Goonie will have the inside. Can Scold swing it around the outside? Has to lift off there. Careful on the grass. Getting a bit close. He's tried it low, and 10 out of 10 for effort. He's really trying to put the effort in here. Love seeing drivers like this battle at their full potential. And look at CJ and EPR. That gap opening up dramatically here, almost a second. And all of a sudden, look at Cryptic. He's dropped time all of a sudden as well. Cryptic's had an issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Matty D. He had to have a look.
he's
Bumped him. He's bumped him a little bit.
I think he's getting I think he wants green light and not an amber. He wants a green light. Skull's still trying. These guys are bunching up as well because of this. I think Skull getting a little bit held up here.
I definitely think so. He's getting backed up into Jam here and into Matt. So he really needs to get a move on. Matty's really looking really punchy right now to try and get past.
Okie dokie, well, we're on lap 9, coming on to lap number 10 then. Your order as it currently stands. CJ leads by just several tenths of a second with a ding-dong battle there, but not of racing, it's of mistakes. EPR second. In third, we got Cryptic. Ollie D, fourth currently ahead of Infinity, who's having a much better turnout, like we said. In sixth position, Goonie, Scold in seventh, Jam, Matt, H-Racing, Joshua Luke, Tony, Marty, and unfortunately Ethan having a bad time. A big Parenta out of this race as well already.
Oh, that's a good point actually. I didn't even notice Big Parenta leaving. So that's the man second in the championship out. Skulls run wide.
Yeah, everyone careful there. Penalties very vicious on this circuit. Now, just look at the puddle here as they come out of this corner. Look on the inside. Look at there. There it is.
Run
now,
wide again.
Some of these drivers might, to be honest, run wide there deliberately because that puddle really can affect you.
Ethan
is officially out.
Also left.
Yeah,
We've lost 3 drivers. Who's the third one?
We've only lost 2. We missed one at the beginning of the race. We only started with 15 drivers. That will be Ryan. We've lost, unfortunately, Ethan with a now reported wheelbase issue, and hopefully he can get that mended. As well as Big Parenta. Hopefully we can find out what's happened to him. Up front though, look at this. These two,
look
5 seconds.
Cryptic
yeah.
has lost on his time.
Cryptic under pressure
Yeah,
again.
he's got Ollie D and Infinities.
Right
there as well.
And then just behind, look at the battle there as well. Behind these guys, Goonie, Scold, Matt, who's I think is getting absolutely livid right now behind the traffic jam of Jam. That's a lot of jam, by the way.
Yeah.
What jam it'll be? Strawberry jam, maybe.
It's a red car, so I'd have to say strawberry jam.
Yeah.
Maybe raspberry.
Maybe raspberry. That's an interesting topic for another day. Goonie, though, he's defending really well. Look, he's got a lot of pressure, to be honest. He's got Scold, he's got Matt, and of course he's got... Look at that. They're all together now.
Cryptic's dropped back.
Yeah, Cryptic's gone off then. I think he's spun down at turn 1.
Yeah, because that's Infinity's through to 4th and Ollie D into 3rd.
Yeah, he's really struggling. We'll keep an eye out though on these drivers struggling. Sorry for missing all this, by the way. And there goes Scott. Let's look down the inside again.
Whoa.
That's brave. He's thinking he's alongside now. He's pushing. Now, Goonie will have the inside here, so I expect Scott to maybe have to yield here. It's going to be bullying tactics.
Good move.
He's done it, but not yet. Yes, he has gone round the outside.
Yeah, he has good moves, Skulls.
Great stuff there from the driver, not far from Birmingham. Doing such a good job. Matt now still stuck behind Jam, and now can Jam try and pass Goonie. Scoldlow, he's going to have his eyes solely dishing here.
Yep, because Cryptic's not that far ahead. It's just there.
There he is. Just look at this. 4, 5 cars in the same shot. It's getting a bit tight low up front. CJ still leading from EPR by the way on that 12. And that gap low, it opens up and then it closes up ever so slightly. It just looks like EPR's better on the brakes here.
Yeah, it definitely does look like that. Skull got a little bit of margin here, but look at Jam starting to look, flashing his lights in the background. I've heard that those guys are not actually allowed to flash their lights in
he's down!
Oh my goodness! That was a huge moment, and through goes Jam. Matty D's going to try and capitalise.
Back out of that one.
No.
Has to back out of that one.
Wow, that was close. Very close.
You do not want to be side by side there. You don't want to be side by side here. Look at this. He's trying around the outside. Matt trying up the inside here. I think Matt's going to take it, you know. Matt, yes. There's a bit of contact, bit of argy-bargy, bit of cones flying in the sky. I don't think Goody will be very happy about that one there. But unfortunately, that's racing, I suppose. Good old scruffle for what is 8th position.
Oh dear, it's been a problem for EPR. Look how much he's dropped back.
Yeah, EPR, I think, maybe aquaplaned as well. These drivers seem to be struggling here. Remember, these puddles are only going to be getting worse from here, so expect them to be even worse when we get to the mid-stage if it does not improve. I do not believe it will improve, though. Skull.
Ice on the forecast. Do you know if it's going to get drier later?
Should stay wet all the race. That's from the information I have been informed. Of course,
and even after all that battling, Matty D is still stuck behind Jam.
Yes, he still can't pass it. He's still getting amber signals there from the good, brilliant livery by the red and white. It is the official Audi livery, if I'm not mistaken.
It is indeed.
Indeed, this is a beautiful livery, to be honest. One of my favourite, original and iconic.
Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of a settling down period now.
Indeed.
And the wet line is very much present, but puddles are getting worse. And Matty, you don't want to be hitting the curb. He's actually going to challenge Jam this time, I think.
Yeah, round the
outside of the hairpin.
Won't do it. He'll try and get the car back if he can, but Jam, brave of it, parks the bus. You could say he's making a traffic jam for him again. I'm gonna use that pun quite a lot here.
Yeah, I think he. Well, I mean, if he parks the bus, then he's definitely going to cause a huge traffic jam. It's just in the way.
Oh, look how sideways that was. Matt is going at it. Absolutely flying in these treacherous conditions. Not doing his tyres much good. And not really beating his teammate, who's currently in third. Doing a good job, Ollie. Up in third. Having quite a lonely race, to be honest. You haven't spoken much of him, but he's in third. Did a good start. But really, this battle, really heating up here. And look at Matt. Look how much they've opened to Goonie. I think Goonie might be under pressure here from H Racing.
Yeah, I think he might be. It's just kind of hanging around there.
Indeed, Matt still can't pass Jam. Scoldlow, he's kind of got that little bit of a window now where he can kind of relax, but you can't really relax in these conditions, can you? Like I said, he's gone off.
What have you said?
What have I done? Just on cue. And off he goes.
And drops to 10th.
Well, that's the cruelty of the commentator's curse, and that's the cruelty of racing, I suppose.
Oh, there he goes. There goes Matty.
Matt round the outside, won't do it this time. Slides off in the grass, and, well...
Too wide.
Way too wide.
He's all off to a different circuit there. I do find it weird, actually. I believe it has quite a lot of layouts, actually. I think it's got a 3 or 4. Scott really riding those curves. He wants to be careful there. Maybe he set the Porsche up to ride the curve, but I apologise to Scott there for saying something, because, well, he spun immediately when I said it, I suppose. But that's the commentator's curse working in perfect harmony.
Yeah, I think so. And even though EPR dropped back, he was slightly pulling time for a second before he started to lose time again. Let's just check the lap times this time by.
Well, they're coming to a line there.
126. Yeah, bit 10th of a second.
Yeah, closing up a little bit.
But now that means we have a three-way battle for the 8th position.
As I sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah, Skull, I think the red mist might have descended now.
Yes, the red mist has well and truly descended. Is that my fault? I think it might be.
I think it might have been your fault.
Look at that puddle. Yeah. Look at that puddle. That is horrendous. Matt struggling. H-Racing struggling. Everyone's struggling. Goonie really is struggling. And he spun the car. Well, I thought it was going to be Matt spinning, but Goonie has taken the plunge. I did say, though, just that puddle. turn one, so difficult here, and Matt getting a puddle as well. I think everyone might be trying to avoid the puddle on the exit turn two here. Expect a lot of drivers to do that. Now, can Skull try and get Hate Racing again? That'll be an interesting battle we'll keep an eye on. But up front, though, EPR's closed up a little bit.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's pulled about a second.
Yeah, about a second, so we'll keep an eye on the lap times.
Yep.
But Ollie D is 7 seconds off the leader. So CJ already pulling a big gap to the main field.
And also Infinity is going slightly quicker than him.
He might
get caught.
Quarter of the way through this race, give or take. We're on that 15, and opinions on the first part of the race, boys. Been quite exciting.
Yeah, very interesting. Skull's gone way off the track there, Sunshine.
Yes. A little bit. What have you thought of this beginning of the race so far?
Mixed feelings actually. We've seen a lot of overtaking, a lot of mistakes, of course. A lot of people losing the rear of the car, and really struggling in these conditions. And the puddles are only getting worse. So let's see what happens in the later stages of the race.
It's going to be exciting. Well, Hate Racing's got Skull over the back of him. Skull really hasn't dropped back, despite going about as wide. Well, he's gone a perpin back, I suppose. That is a phrase I can use as he goes very sideways. That curb, he hit that curb so hard there. Luckily, no damage done. Ollie, though.
EPR is flying.
Yes, EPR.
Infinity,
yes, Infinity also.
Has gone 7/10 quicker than Ollie D last lap.
Good spot.
Yeah, this is the Indy 500 winner, of course, so I'd expect him to have some pace, and this is almost a redeeming race for him.
Yep, let's see if he can get a bottle of something New Zealand, I suppose.
Wine, probably.
Yes, maybe.
Probably.
CJ, though, he's just a second a lap slower than EPR, just about.
Yeah, just check the lap times this time by 26.9.
Oh,
Hate Racing!
It's gonna give Skull a good option to launch down the inside here, but he was still too far back. But he can focus on the exit and try to take him next corner.
You must be careful of the puddles there. You can just see, look at the drivers sideways out the last corner. We'll keep an update on the top, guys. Half a second again taken out of there. I think Skull's really trying to line him up here. Has a little look to the inside there, trying to unsettle the car ahead. Watch out for that puddle. He hits the puddle head on. He walks out. There we go.
And also, Infinities is right on the back of Ollie D now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, about 2-3 temps. Yeah, 4 temps. He's flying as well. This is getting very interesting.
Yep, quite different to last week, where CJ at this point was about 30 seconds clear of the field.
This time, only a second, but rain, wet weather, really does throw a surprise in this race. It kind of evens the field out slightly. It really shows the weaknesses in some cars as well, which you've seen, especially with the Porsches. They're not doing the best, so I say that. Ollie's in P3, which is Ollie, though. I mean, give credit where due. Ollie
and
is...
Infinity's P4.
Yes, Infinity, so maybe not. But the Lamborghini
seems to be,
flying.
Strongest around this track.
Really strong. I mean, Cryptic's in 5th and Ollie's struggling now. Infinity low, let's see if he can go to Infinity and beyond.
Well, I say we've got a better line, but Ollie has got way more speed coming out of the corner.
Indeed.
Yep, slingshotted.
A slingshot exit and a slingshot pass he might have a look at. Meanwhile, Skull's still not being able to pass Hate Racing. That gap is just under a 10th, I believe, as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one. There's Jam still holding up Matt. He's actually opened the gap a little bit. Let's go to have a look at Skull, by the way, because that gap's very close.
I think they're side by side, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Yes,
down
he
the
is. He's down the inside.
Yeah,
Yes, he got it. Yes, he has.
He got him.
Good move.
And in turn 1.
Well, we couldn't really see it because, well, the camera in turn 1 is not really working with us tonight, I'm afraid. So, that's a shame.
Cool.
But it did look like a good move. Really hard to overtake there.
Yeah, down the
especially down the inside.
It's down the inside that's got me. It's so difficult. You can just see up there, right in front of her. He just glimpses there is Ollie and Infinity. They're coming through the very long right-hander. There they are. Cryptic
also joining the front.
Yeah, Cryptic latching onto the back of them. This could be even very much more an exciting prospect.
Battle for third position.
Freeway for free. Matty D still can't pass Jam. He's really getting affected by dirty air. I think he's got damage as well, actually. He's look at the front of that car if we can have a glimpse at it. I think he's hit something at some point. Look at the front left on our screen to be the front right on his car. There's got a bit of bodywork damage there.
Yeah, well, if you remember, he did kind of hit Jam in the rear through one of the corners. That's probably it.
Indeed, it could very well be. So that could be affecting his race later on. Meanwhile, talking about racing, Skull versus H Racing Green. This is a battle we're keeping an eye on because these guys are so close. And look at up front as well. 1 point gap is going to be 0 in about 2 or 3 laps here if they're not careful. Skull's going off the circuit.
Skull sideways.
Let's see, down the inside. Skull brave of it, cuts him off. Don't try down the inside here. It's a bit too risky. Oh, he's tried it, and that's why you don't try it. Skull luckily saw him coming at the last second there. Now, let's see.
The space.
Cut back.
I think. No.
Big slide, look how wet those puddles there. Let's see, Skull gonna try anything.
No room.
Yeah, be careful he doesn't hit him there if he gets on that curb. In fact, I think a slight touch may have just happened as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, the gap up front is now just at a second.
Still trying down the inside.
And under a second.
Yep, now over a second. It's around the second margin. Skull's still trying to pile the pressure on, but I keep a little eye on the timing screens, especially all these drivers and especially you in the chat can keep an eye on to see the battles going on around the circuit as well. Unfortunately, we may miss a few of them. Infinity and Cryptic battling as well, but up front, 6/10 the gap. It's coming down. As I say, it goes up to a second again.
What I think needs to happen is you need to stop mentioning the battle.
Yes.
And just let it happen, and then we'll come back to it.
Skull bloke.
Skull and Edge Racing seem to be the closest right now. Same as with Jamie and Matt.
Through turn 1 they go. Lap 20 now. Coming to halfway through this race. I know it's gone that quickly. We're already coming to about midway through. Of course, it is around an hour a race, so about, well, 25 minutes. Yes. Skull still trying to have a look. Bit of a look down the inside as well for good measure. And has a lock up, and I think EPR spun.
And that's why we don't mention the battles.
Yes.
4.3.
Now he's gone off.
I think what's happening is he bangs in the lap times, gets close, and then gets flustered.
And his tyres
being
overheating.
so close.
Maybe his tyres overheating with especially going so close. Now it'd be a surprise though, because these guys are so close as well, and you're not seeing many of them spin off wildly into walls. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Maybe. Yeah. What's the pressure?
Could be. Jamlope still ahead of Matt. Matt still can't get it past. H Racing Green going very wide up. You'll have to lift off there. Yes, the alternative route there. You'll have to lift off there. I think Scoldy's got it. And there's contact. Well, that's a real shame there. It's awkward, Vettel. What did you see from that one? Just looked like H Racing lost a rear and Skull had nowhere to go.
He just lost a rear and Skull could not avoid him anymore, and he's still not through. So H Racing, he really got lucky there.
Yeah, really lucky with that bit of contact there. But that's a bit of drama on that 20 on the last corner. Bit of contact. No real harm done. Skull get lucky if he hasn't done too much damage from that car, though. I think where it was, square on, luckily he hasn't damaged one of the axles.
Yeah, and this battle is still very close. Infinity's just latched onto the back of Ollie D, and Cryptic is following them around as well.
Still low up front. EPR's close back up again slightly. He's suddenly flying again. Of course, he'll fly. Let's just not talk about it until, of course, maybe he'll get close. Every time we talk about him, he has a mistake, unfortunately.
He's probably listening to the stream, I would have to imagine.
Yes, maybe. Trying to pick up those sneaky tactics.
Yeah, well, you can just see it in the back of shot. There's Jam and Matty D. And Matty D, I'm afraid, is still stuck in Jam.
Yep, stuck in strawberry jam. It's very hard to get out. H Racing Green and Skull now deciding to take a leaf out of both of their books. And behind them, Goonie's catching up, so this could be interesting. Let's see if Skull does manage to try and get this overtake done this time. Let's hope he does. Do like spurring him on.
He did it once in this corner. Can he do it twice? I think not this lap. I think he's way too far back.
Well, it's like they sometimes say, the sequel's always better than the original. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better. Just like Star Wars, maybe. That's a controversial topic, potentially. So, in the chat, actually, whilst we're here, which do you like? Do you like the original Star Wars, or do you like Empire? I personally like Empire. Random thing for the chat to discuss down there.
Empire is original Star Wars, isn't it?
Yes, I was talking about it's a sequel, though, to the original.
Ah.
That's what I meant. Cryptic on the back of Infinity, though. That's a battle we like to see. 3 cars still battling. They've not really been able to pass each other, though. Despite all this, still struggling.
The fastest car in that train is actually Cryptic, but he's just been unable to do anything.
That is a real
So
shame.
we are seeing two things. We are seeing a lot of Porsches at the back, and a lot of Lamborghinis at the front. But a Lamborghini at the front is not able to get past the Porsches.
Indeed, that is interesting. Very interesting. Well, you say there's more than one Lamborghini up front, and there's 2 Porsches up the front, I suppose. But we have a lot of Porsches in this race, and of course, it's difficult. Ollie is very wide. He's luckily not to go off the road there. It's difficult, though, these drivers. Wet weather really sometimes does throw a spanner in the works. And it's become apparent here that some of the drivers struggling more than others. Some really taking these conditions really well. Some of the drivers I think are doing the conditions really well, to be honest. Skull really doing really impressive here. He's impressed me quite a lot. He's kept his nose right and clean. He hasn't actually made any contact, really, that he's been involved in too much. He did have a bit of contact, of course, with H Racing, but that was a racing incident. No pardon to be blamed on anyone's behalf there.
Oh, almost.
Jim
completely runs
Carner.
into the back of...
Yes. Almost cast that one.
And even without mentioning the battle up front, it was at 1.8, and that's gone straight back up to 3.5.
Yes, so I think
APR is
yes.
just pushing too hard, I'm afraid.
Notice one thing though, Skull really hitting that curb heavily, and I don't know if that's costing him time. We've seen it a few times. For me, he looks like if he gets on it too much, he gets very close. So it's difficult to see if he's gaining time doing that, or he's actually risking going into the back of the car ahead by aquaplaning.
Well, he's just opening up the space so we can get a better... Cryptic in the pits. He's not scheduled.
I think it's for a scheduled stop, yeah, I think it is. It's halfway distance.
Yeah, remember, Lopes, mandatory pit stop in this race.
Yeah.
So he's the first one to pit. Really quickly, he's driven through the lollipop.
He has
And
driven
also,
through the lollipop.
the Goonie in.
Yep, Goonie in.
Yep.
So, first 2 stoppers in this motor race. If any, Lopes.
He's trying to undercut them, I think. I think he's trying to undercut them.
Yeah, it could be bold. It really could work. Clean air. Where is he going to rejoin?
Let's see. In clean air.
Just
in front of Joshua Luke.
Behind Skull, but in front of Joshua Luke. That was critical.
Crucial. Yeah, it is crucial there. Now he can try and pile in. Maybe a quick lap. Faster lap, maybe.
Whoa. He got on the puddle there. I heard the revs go up on the V10. So he almost lost it.
What are Ollie D and Infinity gonna do now? They need to pit now, or they might lose too much time.
Now we're going to see the leaders come in as well. This could be a chain reaction, you know, guys. Are we going to see the leaders in? We're not going to see CJ in. Is EPR going to come in? No, he stays out. What about Ollie and Infinity? I expect surely one of them are going to come in. Ollie stays out. Infinity stays out. So I think they might go longer. I think their tyres are holding up a lot better. Matlow still can't pass the jam. Maybe he might need to come in and try the undercut.
Yeah.
Talking about...
here comes Skull on the inside.
Yeah, has he done it? Down the inside he goes. Clean stuff. And that's a little bit cheeky. I don't think
that's a bump and run in NASCAR, I'm afraid, but he still holds on to it.
But he's through.
Might have done a bit of damage, though, as well. That could be more damage than you think. It's a bit deceiving, though, from up here in the commentary box, seeing bumps like that. Are we going to see him move down the inside?
Whoa.
Skull cuts him off. I think Skull might be skating off the road if he's not careful.
Nope, holds on to it.
Looks like H Racing's just trying to bump him as much as he can. This is quite a lot of pressure as well. H Racing, he is a really quick driver. Skull's really quick as well. Skull's going off.
And Skull's run off the road.
It's the part of H Racing. He'll try down the inside. Skull out the outside here. What's that? They don't spear into each other. They have done so. Now he has the outside line. Skull might try the cut back here. No, he can't do it. H Racing back through again.
You guys are putting up.
Yeah, it always seems to be two Porsches going wheel to wheel. We had it last week, and now we have it again.
Yeah, Porsches seem to be battling here. And we do love seeing Porsches battle. Talking about Porsches, there's another two there. And then there's the Audi and the other Porsche. So, surprisingly, I don't want to mention, Matt isn't actually too far behind Ollie. I mean, there he is. He's just coming through the last corner. That surprising how much Jam's actually ahead of him. But it looks like one of their lap times compared to Ollie are 26.7. What's Matt going to do? He's comes across the line. He's going a lot quicker.
Yeah, he's going quicker than the leaders actually. That last lap by, he's a second slower this time, but he was a second faster than the leaders, and a second faster than his brother, and he's only 4 seconds behind his brother.
No, it's Scold him. Scold, I think he might this be for damage. Might be for damage as well. Expect him to stay in a little longer than expected as well. Maybe some damage. Hopefully we can get. Maybe Ethan can tell us if Scold has some damage. If he's in.
We haven't seen Tony for a while. He's dropped back. He's right back in this race, but he's just not able to recover from his mistake.
Should we risk going to the lead battle?
No.
Look at the gap.
Yes.
Oh, he's caught behind lap traffic.
Ooh, now he's through.
Marty moves out of the way.
Gets out of the way.
But he's within.
Stuff. And 7/10 now. Are we going to curse it and see him go off the road?
Look at the amount he catches up there. 5/10 the gap.
I think CJ might be coming in. By how much time is lost there? Let's just see. Does CJ dive for the pits?
Nope.
No. Right, so we got a battle.
Oh. This will be interesting.
Lap 27 here, and Ruapuna then here in the New Zealand. Infinity drives in the pit lane. CJ leads this race from EPR. These two very close all of a sudden. This could get very, very, very audacious very quickly if one of these drivers tries it, but looks like EPR's now got the bit between his teeth and might try and make that overtake. Oh, look at the puddles there. I think he's having a look down the inside here. He is. That's the back off there. Behind those guys, Ollie and Jam, Matt and H Racing. Then we've got Cryptic, Infinity, Josh, Tony. Then we've got Goonie, Scold down the back as well. EPR all over the back of him here. I think CJ might be trying to backlead him up here to just try to get them into the likes of Ollie here. And then dive in the pit lane. I think he's coming in this lap, you know. I don't want to spoil the party, but I think he's coming in this lap. And Ollie, still very much back. Ollie's, that's a lap car, actually. Apologies there. A lap car. I thought for a second that might have been actual battle there. That was a bit close between them, though. Ollie's actually
He's in shot. He's right there.
And technically, matching shot. There he is, just in the background. That's his team. Well, there's a match somewhere there. But CJ and EPR for tempts the gap.
Infinity really long stop.
For damage as well, probably. Oh!
Yeah, real damage.
Oh yeah, he's been in the wall hard.
What
a shame. He was doing so
Infinity, well. Again, a crash. A crash in the race, so really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, of course. Wet weather conditions, it's really difficult. Talking about difficult, oh my goodness me.
CJ.
EPR really looking for overtakes here. And just look all of a sudden, Infinity is going to get lapped by Ollie. These guys were battling and
he's lost it again.
He's lost it again. Ollie's going to get past.
Take it.
Ollie is going to pass him. Oh, it's going to be close. Ollie's done it. Up to second. That's a critical mistake. That's the last thing you want. Ollie's flying. Ollie is absolutely flying.
EPR, he's going to be absolutely kicking himself. That's his fourth mistake. This race of the same caliber. He just keeps losing it in the puddles. And he knows he needs to keep it on the track.
He knows it. Just look at this back. Look at the train actually. CJ isn't actually really that far ahead of the rest of the drivers. Look at Matt. He's only 7 seconds off the leader. That is a shock. That is a real shock. These drivers are really close together. Well. Yeah, they're still going to do their stops. Where is Cryptic 24? How long's a pit stop here? And in comes EPR.
He's going to try the undercut.
Cryptic's going to come out ahead here, I think. I fear Cryptic's actually going to will leave this race, actually. Cryptic, 24 seconds. How long was this pit stop here?
Let's keep an eye on Cryptic. He's going quickly because he's up on his. He's doing a personal best middle sector.
He's quicker than the leaders here as well, by a mile. I think
26.4.
he's going to come out in the lead after all these guys pit, I think. Cryptic could win this race.
Also the car in front of him, H
Racing.
Racing also win.
Now,
Right,
H
where's
Racing.
EPR?
Where's Skolden
Is
at
he
as
still in
well?
his box? Oh, it's going to be tight. He's just leaving his box. Where's
Where-
Cryptic?
He's out.
Oh,
He's
he
come
actually
out in
has
front
come
of
out
him.
in front, but not by that much.
That's a surprise. I thought a bit of an undercut maybe, but no. Surprising.
The overcut worked.
The overcut has worked. We're talking about battles though. There's Scold and Joshua Luke. And the likes of them, H Racing Green. Behind Joshua Luke, but Scold seems to have gone off somewhere.
Alright, I think we're going to have to take a break in the cameras for a second.
Yeah, I'll have to restart the share play.
Well, we're looking at, currently, EPR. Doing a final job there. Do get your comments down in the chat, by the way, if you do have any about, of course, this race and also motorsport in general. We do, of course, love to comment and talk about the brilliance racing around the world. Of course, in the chat, what did you find of the French Grand Prix? CJ in the pit. 2 leaders in the pit lane. They come. In comes Ollie.
Oh. Yeah.
Meeting Jam and Matt still lead. Matt still hasn't made a way past Jam. Bit of a surprise there. And
Jam
in
is
comes
leading.
Jam leading the way. Well,
Jam
now
is.
he's got a very big traffic jam behind him, I suppose. Got all the cars behind him.
Well, he can now officially call himself the cause of the traffic jam. He's now leading. All he did, leaves his pit box. EPR. Is he going to get out in front? He has.
Look behind, look behind, look behind, look behind Ollie. He's going to come out very close with Cryptic there, and I think actually he's gone and got him. Ollie behind Cryptic. Yes, he's got him. He was.
Cryptic's actually made that work.
And look at
And
Ollie.
EPR's right with CJ now.
Yes. Top 2 together. Els last. We've seen this battle. Well, EPR really made this work.
Oh, Cryptic! Oh, keeps it on the wall.
Lucky boy there.
Right,
But
so we
undercut,
have...
he's thrown it away after 2 corners. That's a shame.
Yeah.
He's pushing too hard, but now we have a pretty much almost a 4-way battle for the lead here.
Yes, 4-way battle, of course, and we're just waiting for the likes of Matt and Jam, who, if they play their cards correctly, could actually close up on these guys if these guys are battling so hard. It's something to look out for. I mean, the pit stop time, we want about 26 seconds, so he needs another 10 seconds at least if he wants to come ahead. Goonie and Skull, by the way, battling their way down in 10th and 9th. It's a shame that Skull's really struggled here. Dropped a lot of time to where he was with H Racing Green. That's a real shame, to be honest. And hopefully, just over 14 and a bit laps to go, he can try and close that gap up and pass Goonie. Looks like he might try it in the next couple of laps as well. CJ Lowe, currently P3 and P4. Of course, all these guys will move up once the top 2 pits.
Yep.
Yeah, the 2 are coming, Jamie and Matty D. So where will they rejoin? They've got 17 seconds. Martin is off.
Yeah, Marty seems to have had an issue of some sorts there. Don't know what's happened to him, but he's parked the car in the bog.
The motor's still running.
Yeah, engine's running, not run out of fuel, so it's very difficult to say what's happened there. Meanwhile, though, here's CJ, just on cue. Nice camera work there, Vectre, just on cue. CJ leading this battle, though, ahead. And I think, has Marty got himself back going again? I think he has. Yes, so whatever the issue is, he's sorted it.
He's 2 minutes behind.
Yeah, something bad's happened, potentially. Can't imagine what, but maybe we'll find out later on.
Scott and Boone, I think, are getting into the mix. Scott is going to run wide, I think. I saw on the map.
Very wide.
That was an issue.
I was also trying to just mention that, look, it's so squirmy on the brakes. But I was trying to mention, Tony's currently in 7th. I don't know if he's made a pit stop yet, but he could be in 5th right now.
Not yet. I don't think he stopped yet.
I don't think he has either.
If he has, then he's pulled off a masterclass.
Well, we'll find out in due course, because he was down in 10th, so I can't imagine he's not pitted. Well, we'll find out in a few laps' time.
We also cannot see on the timings, unfortunately.
In fact, he wouldn't actually come out 5th if these guys did pit, because the pit stop time is around 28 seconds, so it'll be very close. It would be very close, because he's about 30 seconds. He is catching the leaders. He's actually catching. Slightly.
And Cryptic is still... They're all trying to avoid that. There must be a puddle across the middle of the
Yeah.
track.
Puddle
So
on
all
the exit there. That's really
If we
dangerous.
go on board with, well, let's go on board with Goonie actually, as he's coming to the line, or Scold. If we look at the on board of these guys, we can really see the puddle. If we go on board, actually, if you can get it, they're on board with Scold. Careful! Just avoided that one. That's a bit of a dive
Right there.
from Dex there, and then also where these drivers are struggling, and you'll see over here as Skull will go wide. Once Skull, he'll take a wide line here. Look, there's the puddle. You'll see he runs right over the curb. Goonie didn't do
Goonie's
that,
got it.
and Goonie hit the puddle there, and Skull ran the
he's on the
outside.
cross!
Contact, round the outside. Can Skull do a masterclass? No, has to back off that time there. Better contact was made. No love lost between the Mercedes and the Porsche. The two Germans battling at it. And which one's going to leave themselves open, just like the goalie did in the World Cup? Is any of them going to leave that door wide open?
Yeah, EPR
Got
still
off the
right
lead.
with...
For the net lead.
They are. I've just noticed this, if I may to, for a second. The top two are pulling away. They are actually pulling away.
Yeah, even though I'm surprised, because Ollie is actually quicker than CJ. But he's just not able to keep with EPR for whatever reason. But he can just hope that these guys make contact and he'll just pick up the pieces.
A few people, Andrew in the chat saying is H Racing pitted. Yes, he has. Pitted, I see one of the first pit stoppers actually, and Goonie battling with Scold. Yeah. Goonie battling with Scold still, I think.
Oh, Skull's
Yeah,
looking
they are.
down the inside, I think.
Yeah,
He's
he
done
has.
it again.
He's done
I'm
that
not sure if it was
twice
contact
now.
that time.
Looked like it. Hard to say from that.
Like, we were on board with Goonie, and it didn't look like he got a foot from behind.
Yeah, it looked like he got on the puddle potentially and just dropped it or something, or it's difficult to say. Matt dropping behind Jam though. Jam opening that gap up really dramatically
He's
here.
flying.
Jam flying. I think someone chucked him out the window.
Yeah, I think he's trying to... I think he's actually trying to get in between Ollie and Cryptic here by pit stop.
Oh, that's going to be difficult though. That is really going to be difficult. I mean,
It's hard to calculate because they cannot see the timings like we do.
they can act. I think it's hard to say actually. No, I don't think they can.
But only from 2 or 3 positions behind them, I'm pretty sure.
Well, nonetheless, pushing, absolutely pushing. Jam currently leads this race from Matt in second, with CJ doing a brilliant job in third currently leading this race in technicality.
Yeah. Ollie is closing up to these guys, actually. Just a little bit.
He is really catching up. Ollie, we've seen him so much. He's the old Veloce eSport. We'll be watching this with eager actually and seeing how brilliant he's actually doing. Driving in these treacherous conditions. Yep.
But the Goonie is
Keeping with him.
is not letting him go.
Not that much since his mistake. Well, I say that. Oof, Scold. I think he took a comb with him there.
The rain has stopped, actually.
That's it. Let's go on board for
Yeah.
No, it's still raining.
Very little, though.
Yeah, it's getting lighter and
If you go on
lighter.
the bonnet cam, you can't see it. Just a little bit. But it hasn't, it's eased off a bit.
Now, 11 laps. Do you think it'll dry out that much? I don't think it's going to be. Might be. Maybe. It doesn't depend how hot it is.
Yeah. CJ with a 24.8 that time by. So he's starting to get in the clean air. Now he's starting to bang the lap times in.
Yeah, the sun's shining, and now all of a sudden CJ flying like we often see here. Top two, we've got to be careful, by the way. Pit window closes soon, I think.
Close with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, so the lap 39, it will close, and lap 39, so they've got to come in soon. Meanwhile, the two teammates, one with and one without damage there, and that's Joshua Luke and Infinity running down the back. They are battling as well.
They are.
They are battling there. The battle of the teammates. Talking about battle. Marvelous.
Wow.
God, that was brilliant.
What a save.
Well, it does say holding on the
again,
side.
though.
And he does say holding on the side. Well, he was definitely holding that one together with a piece of string. Brilliant.
That is the definition of send it.
I'm definitely... Ollie's probably impressed with that one.
If we could enable replay, there was worth a replay.
Definitely replay needed. Matt really struggling
Since he's
there.
gone through.
Yes, I think team orders potentially.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this Porsche.
Yes, it's not looking very happy. Just a look though.
It's German, so
Yes, it is.
salt.
People saying who hasn't pitted. The top two have not. Everyone else has.
Yeah, Jamie and Matty D has not pitted yet. So the battle behind them is actually for the lead. But where will they come out when they have pitted? That's a big question.
5th and 6th. When everyone else moves up, yeah, because the gap behind 33 seconds, unless they have a really, really unusually long pit stop, which I doubt it, they should come out ahead of the cars behind.
So CJ is the net leader for when they pit.
Net leader, well, your official order here, which are coming to the end of this race then. Jam and Matt lead, currently low, but yet to pit, like we just said. CJ in 3rd, EPR 4th, Ollie D in 5th, behind them Cryptic, Hates Racing in 7th, that's Tony in 7th, so I say apologies there, Hates Racing 8th, Scold 9th, Goonie 10 Infinity 11th, Joshua Luke in 12th, and going off is Infinity.
11th. He's got to be 12th in a while.
Some ice skating.
He's stuck in the corner.
He has, technically, he's going to have to do another lap.
Overtaken. Yeah, I mean, he technically just overtook his teammate.
Scott's got a penalty.
First penalty, actually.
Yes.
Let's see how much. 1 second.
1 second.
Now, I'm not really a wizard here about the circuit, but I'm pretty certain Infinity's now a lap down because he missed the first sector split, meaning he will have to do another lap. So that lap time, what's Infinity's lap time? It's going to be, I think it should be really long. It should be in about 2-3
minutes. He missed a checkpoint.
Yeah, he missed a checkpoint, so he's currently a lap behind once he crosses the line. He'll have to do another lap. So what's that time, by the way? He will be 1 minute 24.
Well, let's see where Martin is. He's a lap behind.
Yeah, there we go. Look, the time. Look at the time. Joshua Luke now 1 minute 11 ahead. So there we go. It's reset itself. So he is now a lap behind, and that I have to say is a little bit cruel. But he missed checkpoints. What can he do? How much penalty did Skull get, by the way? I didn't catch it.
1 second.
He
1 second.
missed the whole corner. I missed the whole sector, so it's not more than fair.
Yeah.
But there's still a battle going on. Just for,
Matt in finally. So he's bailed out of that one. I've never ever seen Carlo do that. That's remarkable.
Right. So, quick stop for tyres and maybe some damage. Yeah, a little bit of damage, I think. Out he goes. So he's going to come out, I think, in a 7th. So Tony's going to get him.
Yeah, it's going to be
well,
close.
I don't think
It's
so,
going to be really close.
Really close.
Ah, he's got ahead. He's going to come out ahead. Well, about 2-3 seconds, I think. 1 second, actually.
No, he has got him, actually.
Yeah.
Matty actually did come out in front. Only just.
Just. Well, Jam's got to come in this lap. Oh, there.
Oh, dear.
Well, well done,
Oh,
Sue.
don't miss the sector.
No, you won't
Don't
do
miss
that.
the sector.
Yeah, we're going to wear that one.
There you go.
Swings it back round.
Back on track.
And back on track. And away he goes. Jam's got to come in this lap, by the way, or he will, if I'm not mistaken, he should be penalised, if I
Look
think.
who's met each other again. It's Age Racing Green and Skull together again.
Yeah,
EPR spun it again.
Yeah, EPR struggling again. This is turning into a real shambles. Go down the
Look at
inside he
Scold.
goes. Squirming the car. There's contact this time. Now, can he force him wide? Skull has the inside. But on the inside here, H Racing is just alongside. But no, Skull just ahead. Hits the curb hard. Skull gets back up to 8th position. H Racing stuck down in 9th. Brilliant stuff between these two.
Hell of a battle.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff here. H Racing flying as hard as he can, but Skull flying even more. And Goonie not far behind these two either.
Yeah, so
But somehow they've met each other again on track. They just can't let each other go.
No, they really can't. And Scold is not far behind Tony. It's not within the realms of possibility of any more mistakes that he could pass him. Ollie, like, third, a little bit of pressure low from behind.
Skull still has a penalty, so Ace Racing only thing he needs to do is stay within 1 second of him.
Which he can't not. Just about.
Well, he is, just about.
Just. Just. Don't know about just about.
After them both.
Uni really catching
This might
up.
turn into a three-way scrap in a while.
Yeah, it's going to turn into an interesting freeway to the line with just under 5 and a bit laps to go here. Down under in good old New Zealand, and off goes.
Racing has gone off.
Yeah, H Racing goes off. Goonie hits that puddle and skates off the road nearly as well. That puddle really affecting. But remember, this track is getting dry. Yeah, jam in. He had to come in this lap, or he'd have been in serious trouble here.
39 laps on one set of tyres. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, comes back out.
I think he stalled it for a second.
Yeah, I don't know, and he still definitely sounded like it, but away he does inevitably go. Now, where's he going to come out? Where's Matt?
Behind the EPR. Just behind EPR. It didn't matter that much.
What's happened to
Matt? In front of Matt?
What has happened to Matt? Is he spun or something? That's surprising. What?
No.
Has he taken on... I think he might have taken on some added fuel or something. I don't know.
He had a longer stop for damage, I think.
I do know Tony behind him spun, but I don't recall him spinning.
Spectacular. Most spectacular here. Well, do get your comments down below. Coming on just to 5 laps to go. 4 laps between them actually. Very close to the end, and this has been an interesting race here. Down towards turn number 1. This is turning what could be a battle for just a few points. But up front, it's turning into a normal drive for CJ as he opens that gap from Ollie, who's in second. Ollie's in second. Currently, because of the mistakes, of course, from a few other drivers. Really gone into his hands, and he's really benefited from this race.
EPR is going to be kicking himself after this race. He knows he could have won it, but he made so many errors that he just lost out. He knew he was quicker than CJ throughout. You could see him catching up, but then just falling back each time from small little spins. CJ was the most consistent. He's about to take, he's on course to take a full double. Well, he's going to take 2 wins in a row and full points so far.
Indeed, he most certainly is, and that is going to be life standings. I do not, but all I know is CJ is going to be pulling away very much.
Oh dear!
He's in.
He's been out of fuel. He's got no fuel.
That is absolutely disastrous. And his his team boss is going to be absolutely furious of that mistake there. Luckily, though, he hasn't done a John O'Lacey and run out of fuel, and he's missed his pit box.
He's missed his pit box.
He has missed his pit box. I'm pretty certain that might be a penalty there. I'm not too certain. Peter Dunbrack drove that car, by the way, I've noticed.
Yeah, just noticed that on the door.
Lights
ablaze.
Yes, lights definitely ablaze there.
If you don't get that reference, go look at his crash in the morning.
Yes, do go and watch that.
is catching up to Cryptic again, and Cryptic is catching up to OID.
And OID is not catching up to CJ.
No, he's losing time. He's just let CJ go, but I mean...
Still only 4 seconds. CJ not... EPR taking... I mean, Cryptic taking a different line.
Is he on the intermediate tyres still? Yeah, is he on the intermediate tyres still? And those tyres might be going off.
We can't see, unfortunately. That's all hidden for us.
Or could EPR still snatch a podium from this?
Maybe, but that's not Kursitsu. We've seen that many times. Let's hope he doesn't spin off or something.
But still, we have got now a 3-way battle for the podium positions, 2nd and 3rd, so this will be interesting.
Most certainly. Coming on, though, to the penultimate lap soon as well is your leader, CJ, dominating, I suppose, currently. He's not really dominating compared to last race, but nonetheless, brilliant drive.
He hasn't dominated as much as he did last race, even though he has led most of the laps here. Once again, EPR is just completely crossed up coming into the hairpin.
He seems to be doing that quite a lot here. He's got a line here sideways and he's sticking with it, but those tyres going to drop.
And got a penalty.
Ah, that's a second then. It is.
1 second.
Won't affect him though.
Yeah, unless he
About
bottles it
7 seconds
massively.
clear.
But the gaps, they're remarkably small. Sometimes you have like those races where the gaps are 30 seconds or something.
Yeah,
But these
Like the
gaps,
last race.
everyone's quite close to each other.
Well, that wet weather really has benefited, well, us as a viewer, us as a commentator, and the drivers
Whoa.
probably haven't enjoyed it that much, sliding around in these treacherous conditions. Not the worst conditions I've seen before. If you remember last season when we went across to Austria, that was treacherous conditions. Everyone passes over the puddles.
But there was also a really big crash.
Yes, that was the most spectacular crash I've ever seen. I do recommend going watching that as well last season in the Pro Tier around Austria. That was one of the most spectacular crashes I've ever seen.
Cryptic is still challenging Ollie here.
Yeah, we're going to see a change on the last lap for the podiums.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
I think Ollie's going to be over the moon with a podium anyway. He started, I think, 6th, and he's
Ah,
now currently in
wow.
2nd.
Well-
And he's done it again.
Oh!
Oh, Jam's got to 4th now.
Jam 4th position, so EPR lost it
Wow.
again.
Well, that surely has to be a nail in the coffin for EPR. That he is going to be surely the most livid person in history of that mistake. That can he get it back, though? Can he get it back? And can
Cryptic's
Ollie
all over Ollie.
rephold Ollie with one more lap of defiance for these top two?
White flag.
Sponsored by not Credit One Bank, I suppose.
Also
Insert
stalled on
sponsor
Julie,
here.
so we
Yes.
don't know.
Gold doing well, and
Oh,
he's
Cryptic lost it.
Cryptic lost it.
Well
So,
held, but
Ollie-
that's it.
well, I suppose
Ollie's
we
got
could.
some momentum now.
I suppose I believe we can say this. Sponsored by Thrustmasters.
I suppose so.
I suppose we can say that.
Guess so. Yeah. Well, let's go to
CJ,
to
here
your
we go.
leader.
Though.
He's got
Half a
well,
lap.
I think about 2 sectors to go. 1 sector to go, I think.
Yeah, one of the bit sectors go dominating, I suppose, in technicality here. He's kept that gap open, and since the rain has stopped, pulling slightly away from Ollie and behind, like a Cryptic as well. He's only got 2 and a bit more corners to come to receive an audience who have seen him win the first race in Sonoma. He's going to come to the line to win, maybe, as long as he can do this last corner, the second race here, down under in Ruapuna, from one continent to the other, from America to Oceania. Through the last corner comes CJ to win 2 out of 2 here in GT3 Elite, and he is going to be absolutely ecstatic with that one across the line in exultation, winning. Again, Ollie Delo, he's going to get second. He is going to be even more happy about that one. Cryptic only can do third. Behind, though, I think one very happy Strawberry Jam. He's going to be Jam
Yeah,
in
definitely.
4th. EPR, though, I don't think he's going to be
He's
very
running out of
happy.
fuel.
Oh, he's
He's
going
running out
to
of fuel. Can he get to the line?
He just about got it.
I thought that was going to be a position change right there. He just about got to the line, running out of fuel.
So,
Matty
calculate
D's
the
6th.
perfection.
There he is.
Yeah.
Scold,
Scold.
7th.
Good result.
How he's got that,
Tony's
though.
lost position at the last moment,
Yeah.
I think. I think
Tony's-
Tony's lost
Yeah, he took
position.
Tony.
Tony dropped it on the last lap. My goodness. He was ahead as he
I
came
saw
under it.
that.
Skull's going to steal it on the last
I
lap
saw-
to get 7th. That's remarkable. Oh,
Ooh,
oh,
Oh, dear.
He's not
he's
happy
hit
with
him.
himself.
Well,
And
ow.
off.
Dick, my God. Goonie, though, he'll finish 9th, or is he struggling as well?
Look at the fuel.
Look at the fuel.
Look at the
fuel.
Is he out of
He's
fuel as
running out
well?
of fuel.
Oh,
He
they're
should
all
be able
running
to
out
get
of
the
fuel.
line.
Very well. Is he
He
going to
should be able
go
to-
park it
Yeah,
up
close to
behind?
the line.
There he goes. Ah, well, he's got it further than the other car. Cruising across the line. Pace Racing
He's
Green.
racing.
10th position. He'll be
Safety,
disappointed with that.
4.2 left.
Joshua Luke and Infinity Low, I think they're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that's
Ollie
EPR.
D, I think, has taken 2nd in the standings with that.
Indeed, well done to CJ, who gets another brilliant win. Ollie D can only man 2nd here today. Well, he's going to be happy with that either way. Cryptic, 3rd ahead of Jam. EPR only could do 5th here with the critical mistakes in the race. Matt, good job to get 6th, lower of the tricky distance, and well done to Scold. P7, that surely is going to be a happy chap there. Tony in 8th, Goonie 9th, and H Racing will round off the top 10.
Yeah, brilliant race in Ruapuna. It always tends to bring great racing because of how tight and twisty it is. So definitely give that a solid 8 for that
I
race.
would give that a solid 8.5 out of 10. Vetro, what do you rate that out of 10?
Definitely a 7. We've seen a lot of battles, a lot of driver mistakes, of course, which always took a swing to the race. It was never the same. A lot of position changes. I really enjoyed it.
Well, in closing, that has been an absolutely fantastic race. Next week, of course, we'll travel over to a different part of this brilliant, brilliant calendar, a different part of the season. Until next time, of course, this has been AOR, I've been Evil, Soup has been Soup, and Vetro has been Vetro. And in your final words, lads, let's say goodbye.
Goodbye and see you